Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Onyx, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's happening, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday.
Yeah,
Oh man, how's it going, Jamie?
it's going. Not too bad. How about you?
Yeah, no, I'm hanging in there. Ran and grabbed that crystal I was just talking about, and I got behind on the comments as they are coming in because people are hanging out in the chat room. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, this is the rock I was talking about.
Oh yeah,
And it's like
it's a nice little chunk.
translucent, sort of.
Pretty.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's kind of yellow, kind of. I was thinking it might be a piece of fluorite or something. The guy I bought it from didn't really know either.
I don't know if it's fluorite.
No.
There's something about the way it's jaggedy on the end.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anybody in chat knows what this is or has any ideas to help Rob identify his new.
All I know is I was like, "How much do you want for the mystery stone?" And he was like, "How about $1?" I was like, "Sold."
I'm wondering if it's in the quartz family though.
Yeah, I think for sure. How's it going, Wolfie? What's up, Royal? GL, Linda. The gang of weirdos is here. In the right place. Yeah, I got a few other rocks that day too. Just random. This is a piece of what is it? Sodalite.
Ooh.
It's hard to tell what it looks like in this light. Kind of bluish. Sort of almost looks like lapis, but it's a little more purple.
Yeah.
And this is a piece of jasper that I'm gonna make a pendant or two out of. You can see it's marked right there for a pendant.
Yeah. That's a cool piece.
And a piece of amethyst. I was like, hey, for $1, I'm not going to turn them down.
Heck no.
You know, just going to a rock and gym monthly meeting, and there's people selling rocks out of the back of a pickup truck in the parking lot. I had to go buy some rock out the parking lot.
Back of a trunk.
Yeah. Trunk rocks out of the trunk. Yep. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's a pretty awesome society that you belong to.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it might be calcite, but I don't know. I think it's harder than calcite. It feels more like a quartz type. I don't know. I mean, calcite's pretty hard too, but yeah, I don't know.
The way
Yeah.
the light hits, it looks like quartz to me. Like just something about the texture of it and the way it's jaggedy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of some sort of quartz.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping it was with citrine.
I
I was
don't
like,
think
oh,
it's.
yeah, piece of citrine for $1.
Heck yeah, anything for $1 is good.
Yeah, can't turn down dollar rocks.
Mm-mm. Never.
Dollar bill, y'all. Show it again.
Well, Christina belongs to a group too. Oh wait. Yeah, I think that's definitely is something kind of quartz.
I mean, it's definitely yellow and it's kind of transparent.
Yeah.
It's dirty on the back. Hadn't been cleaned or anything. Just came out the ground like that. But yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Supposed to send a picture to my friend at the crystal shop.
Yeah.
But I forgot to.
She'll probably know for sure.
Pudding stoners. Yeah, I got a pudding stone. Where did I get it? I got it when I went to over to the Swanee Rockhound Roundup. I bought a pudding stone over there, a slab of it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. It reminds me of that candy. And I can't think of the name of that stuff. But it's like this weird candy with these globs of stuff in it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? That's what pudding stone reminds me of.
We were talking about that not that long ago. Did you do a video on it?
On pudding stone?
Yeah.
Not yet. Nope.
And then I seen something on it just recently.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
laughing at the name.
We were planning a trip to Michigan to go look for Uperlite and pudding stone and all that kind of stuff. And well, we didn't go yet. So I was going to my friend's reptile place there, and he's the one that came down with freaking pancreatic cancer.
Oh no.
Yeah, it ain't good for him. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to see him or not. He just started his chemo treatment Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, damn.
Sucks. They gave him like a year to live. Blows. But, miracles could happen. Hopefully, if he could pull it off, if anybody could, he could. So hopefully he'll, I got me on the whole screen layout, hogging the screen there. Oh, really? A giant pudding stone in your yard? What's happening, Ariana?
I heard those rock apps aren't that great though. Like Todd was saying, him and his daughter were using them and stuff that they knew like 100% what it was. They would put it under the app, and it was misidentifying them. And I guess his daughter really likes plants also, so she has the plant one. Said the same thing, because I've wondered about those apps too. I actually wanted to download one a couple times. I stopped myself because of the price. I thought, I don't want to get like stuck in a subscription thing where they automatically pull money out or something.
Yeah, I have a rock app on here. Let's see what it says this is. We'll see what it says. It says it's quartz. Well, that's pretty vague. It says it's silica quartz. Quartz B, alpha quartz. Cornish diamond. It's a Cornish diamond. I got me Lucky Charms. Put my freaking glasses on so I can see what the hell it says here.
Oh, Debbie says her plant app works great.
Yeah, mine works pretty good too. Got that one. I think it's called Picture This or something.
Yeah, those hardness testers are great, Christina.
So this is yellow, and it says colorless. It can be colorless, purple, rose, red, black. Oh, it does have yellow in there. Okay. Brown, green, blue, and orange. I don't know. Let me try it again.
Are you putting, you're putting like it over the yellow spots too, right?
Yeah. Let me get it.
And you know what? I've found some similar to that where it's a little bit more milky, but it'll have like pieces of kind of that yellow in it, like out here in California. Similar to it, not exactly the same. But I have found pieces kind of like that in quartz rich areas.
So now it says it's calcite.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what the hell it is. I don't think it's calcite.
Sometimes brighter or more clear.
Yeah. Need to get a good picture of it lit up and see what it says.
Half of my little piece.
See if it works on this other one. Well, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
Look out. Doing it.
I'm doing it. Here's some citrine. Oh.
What is that?
Citrine. It's.
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped it.
Uh-oh.
I dropped my rocks. I don't see where it bounced.
See, this sodalite, it says it's lapis lazuli. And remember when I was saying it looks like lapis lazuli? Yeah, it's not lapis lazuli. It's sodalite. So the rock app ain't always exactly accurate.
Oh, I found it.
It'll get you in the ballpark.
Yeah, it's another thing just to help identify. See, this would make a good little wrapping piece. It's like a little teardrop kind of.
Yeah.
The little point on the end. That'd make a cute little something.
A little something, something.
A little something, something.
Yeah, that's a huge pudding stone, Christina.
Huge. It makes me think of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Pudding?
Pudding? Yeah, this is definitely hard.
Oh no, Marie's getting flooded.
Ugh.
20 inches of rain. Where are you?
Yeah, we've been having stupid weather here. Beaches, the highway got breached again. I was telling you about when I was coming home from my gig the other night. I don't know if what happened. If there was like a tornado that came through, it was raining so freaking hard I couldn't see where I was going. I was in the washed out part of A1A. I hit a freaking recycle bin. Then I hit a trash can, and then I hit a big ass tree limb. I was like, good Lord, I ain't going to make it home in one piece.
Did you ever get the limb off of your truck?
No, it's still stuck under there. It's been raining. Today, it wasn't raining. I've been waiting for it to dry up because I got to go out there and get under the damn car to get the branch out from under it. And today I just didn't have time to do it. So it's supposed to start pouring again for tomorrow. So I don't know. Haven't driven my van all week.
Lake Mead, with all the water that we've been having, all of our California reservoirs are still basically unchanged. Lake Mead hasn't changed worth a shit. I was reading a whole bunch on that. They're, I think, diverting water or doing something on purpose to not allow it. That they do something in the winter. It's like this whole excuse reason. That's a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, so we're still technically in a drought, even though they're flooding us out.
Yeah.
Because I have looked up articles. I changed my search criteria to cloud seeding in California rather than chemtrails. And sure enough, you see how many millions of dollars California is spending on the cloud seeding program, as well as Las Vegas and everything else. So nobody can say it's a conspiracy anymore because it's there.
Oh, they fully admitted it. Yeah. I watched a video the other day of a government guy talking about the whole program. And how it, well, it's not harmful for humans. Yeah, right.
Bye Bye Blue Skies did soil samples and wells, and found all sorts of traces of stuff in the water in the soil. And when they spray out here, one of the things, because there's like a whole laundry list of stuff they use, metal particles. One of them is sulfate dioxide, and I get a certain type of sick when a big spray. I told you about the animals and me feeling small animals, and my sister in Vegas gets the bloody noses. Well, I look up exposure to sulfate dioxide and all the symptoms. It can actually start if you have respiratory issues, which I have. I've got eczema, which is an autoimmune thing and can cause like asthma type things and stuff like that. I always get like little bronchial issues, but it closes my lungs up. And I read that it can actually start to suffocate you.
Damn.
Like, if you've got it really bad. And that's why I was trying to get a backup inhaler from my doctor, which I haven't been able to do. But another thing is like the bloody noses and the sinus, just everything. So it's definite exposure. Definitely, I've been able to call it for, 15, 20 years. I'd say, okay, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be sick with a respiratory issue.
Yep.
Like clockwork I was. And now it's just been so frequent. You can tell that all their cards are on the table now. And now they are going and implementing everything. They're doing it also because they want to cool the earth. They want to block the sun. It's called sun dimming. They use the same medical particles that they put out into the atmosphere in the back of these airplanes. And so the sunlight reflects on the particles and it forms like a shield and it bounces the rays back to the sun, basically like putting sunglasses, between us and the sun, not knowing what kind of harm it's going to do to have rays, go backwards back at it. But, things depend on sun, like plants, photosynthesis, like, we kind of need the sun.
Yeah.
And California is pushing solar on us. Think of that too. They're pushing everything to go solar while they are admitting to dimming the sun.
Yeah. We will control you.
But yeah, if you just look up and look at the clouds, look at what they're doing.
Yeah. Chemtrails dissipate. These don't. They expand. It's not a conspiracy anymore.
You know what?
Truth and a conspiracy.
Yeah. They say, how long does it take for a conspiracy to become the truth?
Yeah.
About 6 months.
Yep.
I have heard some things like that where people can take a certain other type of mineral and I can't remember what it was to help counter all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's bitching about the climate and the climate control, and
they're causing it.
You know, yeah. And not to mention, everywhere I turn, like I was saying last week, they're leveling the forest to build more shit, build more concrete parking lots and houses and condominiums and shopping centers. Like we need more of that shit. Who cares about those trees and everything and, all the animals that lived in them under
Meanwhile,
them?
all the box stores are closing down because of crime. All the Walmarts and everything. So you're closing stores.
Yeah, that whole mess.
Yep.
People stealing stuff. We're going to close the store because people just come in and steal. Well,
Well,
there's
these
a
are
way
the
to fix that.
Antifa people that they're putting Antifa. Like one of them was the riots up in Oregon, Portland.
Yeah.
They were all out there, and so it's Antifa violence mainly. And I started seeing what looked like Antifa setting up around this one night, but I haven't been back there at night since. But I think they're having them closed down on purpose, and I can't say 100% yet, but I think
Doesn't
there's
seem
something
like a
behind
good,
all this.
yeah, it doesn't seem like a good business plan, but people stealing and all. There's a way to fix that.
I can't even get makeup anymore
Yeah, you're telling me
because
that.
you have to have a chick come stand with you or whoever while you're like trying to pick out your makeup. And you know how it is to pick out makeup. So first you have to try to figure out in the glass what you want to like look at the most because everything's behind, locked glass doors with little tiny iPad cameras there, screens
Yeah.
everywhere. Then the person has to stand next to you and then you have to pick out what you want while they're impatiently hooing and hawing next to you. And then they put it in a little lockbox plastic thing that you take up front. I don't even buy in Walmart anymore because it's inconvenient. So how much more are you losing?
Yeah. Yeah. Here in Florida, I'm all the time going to Walmart and, you see 2, 3, 4, deputy cars out there, people stealing shit. They don't fucking let them go. They take their ass to jail.
Mm-hmm.
It's Florida, baby. We don't play that bullshit.
As it should.
As it should, exactly. Start beating some ass when they catch people stealing. They'd think twice.
Consequences.
Exactly. There's none. So
Newsom gives them a pat on the back, a needle for the arm.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The good old days back in the day, man. You have problems with people like that. They'd either take you to jail if you were lucky,
Mm-hmm.
or you would disappear. No wonder the alligators are getting
chopped off. Wouldn't they chop the hands off of people for stealing certain countries?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, if you don't want your hand lost, I guess you don't steal.
Exactly.
It might seem harsh. Well, don't break the law then.
But I was hungry. Yeah, well. I'm sorry,
but I needed these sneakers.
Yeah, exactly. I see these guys out here, I'd give somebody the shirt off my back if they need it, but I see these dudes out here begging, panhandling for money, drinking a fucking Starbucks coffee, which is like $6 or $7, wearing freaking Nike tennis shoes, and they're half of them are dressed better than me. And I'm like, and you got a legit scam going, brother. Probably making more money than me too.
There was a chick in Pittsburgh that did that. I watched her at the gas station. I watched her go up to people's cars and beg, and then she meets up with the guy. They're running across the street, counting the money, laughing, and like doing it somewhere else. They had all this stuff they bought. She wasn't like the excuse. She'd literally come up to the car and cry in your window for shit.
Yeah.
And she had a fat stack of money.
Jeez. Yeah, like the one lady I told you I was getting gas, and she came over and asked me for gas money. And normally I just like, get the fuck away from me. But for some reason, she gave me the sad eyes, and I ended up, I don't know, I gave her like $20 for gas or something. And she ran in the store, and I'm thinking, she going to go in there and buy something, come out and leave. But no, she came out, put $20 worth of gas in her car, and
right on.
came over and was like, had tears in her eyes and gave me a big hug. So I was like, cool, maybe I did something cool.
You probably did, and your intuition told you. Because I help people when I feel like they really, if it's legit, and I feel it's legit. And then sometimes I think, was I just a sucker,
Yeah.
But most of the time, when I feel like that, I was usually right for it.
Yep.
So I'd say you probably did help somebody.
Yeah. So that's what Darcy said. She was like, well, she goes, maybe just God sent her to the right person.
Exactly.
Like, okay, I'll deal with that.
Like when my Bootsy, knew to come to me when she had, sometimes people just know.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. You can never tell these days, Like I say, I'll help anybody, but man, I hate.
We have to be so skeptical. You can't help but have to second guess everything.
Yeah, back in the day when I was growing up here, we had bums and beggars, whatever you want to call them, but they were legit, and you didn't mind giving them money because you knew they were legit. They didn't have a place to live, and if there was one guy that he was like, he looked like, had a big old, looked like he hadn't shaved in 20 years, always wearing raggedy coats. But if you tried and riding a bike, but if you tried to give him money, he wouldn't take it because he had a house, he had a place to live, and he had his own money. Supposedly he was rich is the word I got, but he just living like a bum. But he wouldn't take money. People try to give him money, and he's like, "Oh, I don't need money." He wasn't trying to swindle anybody. He just looked like a bum. My stepdad used to sit at the Dunkin' Donuts and drink coffee, and he'd always come in there and sit there and bullshit with all the old guys.
I was talking about that earlier because, Jesse Waters had just done this segment on something in the air in San Francisco. When, in San Francisco needs an exorcism, which he's 100% right. And of course, they do these jokes about, putting this exorcist video clips in it. But it's true. I haven't been out there in about a year and a half, and it's so bad right now. They showed some of the people, the new type of people that are on the streets. Well, before, in the day, and me and my mom were talking about it earlier, because I grew up out there. There were homeless. There's always been homeless people. They're like drunks and heroin addict type homeless people. Yep. We didn't really have people that were just out because they wanted. Some people, they didn't want to go to shelters because they still wanted their freedom, like legit homeless people. But you would see them, sometimes you give them money, give them food, this and that. Once in a while, if someone got kind of whatever, if you were, street smart, this and that, you knew how to handle people. You knew how to handle it. I never was worried about getting hit or my face eaten off or something from anybody, and sometimes they'd follow you and act a little bit more crazy, but you knew how to handle it. You kind of knew where not to go. Well, now these people are doing things like in the video, one guy's sitting there with a bunch of dirt, just rubbing dirt in his face, and this other guy drawing white out all over his whole body, his lips and everything. And this other girl starts barking and, telling this guy, "I killed your children, get away from my son." Blah, blah, blah. But it was terrifying. These people, you really have to worry about your safety. And the whole city's like that now. And people are doing drugs right on the sidewalk. All these people sitting there sticking needles in their arm on the sidewalk in front of rehab centers, with the meth pipes and everything, just out in the open in front of businesses. Nobody cares anymore. It smells like piss. There's nothing that it smells like piss bad. Pelosi and Newsom are letting it happen. They're not giving people treatment. They're encouraging people to use drugs by making drug dens and things, letting them go and party for free. They just get to go because they're heroin addicts, and they get a place to live and all the drugs they can slam. And
Yeah.
then the little needle depositories outside that they don't use. But it's horrible. And the whole city is like insane now. I have family out there still. It's, you know,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
and then they do homeless sweeps once in a while to look good, but nobody actually tries to do anything to help anybody. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're this and that is fine. Just, you know, live on the street in San Francisco.
Yep. I was trying to find a thing. I was laughing my ass off. Thing that somebody sent me about that. The guy that owned the 7-Eleven. If you're in here, you know, you sent that to me. It was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off.
What was it?
Guy that had a 7-Eleven and he was playing this music 24/7. Was that you, Christina? Yeah. Guy that was playing music 24/7. It was kind of like opera music. And he was just playing it to like, because the homeless people, you know, he's like, fuck these motherfuckers. Oh, I was laughing so hard. Yeah. He's like, take a whiff, take a whiff.
Oh,
Smells
God.
like shit. It come from these motherfuckers. Yeah. It's like a news clip, but yeah, he was calling them all kinds of names. I was laughing so hard I was about to piss my own pants. Yeah, it was. Oh man. Well, I got a thing here. If I can pull it up. Share. There we go. What the hell is that? Speaking of shit, a big pile. What the hell is going on? So yeah, this one I was looking on this website. I was looking on this weird website, and I saw something I'd never seen before. Now this one is it's on a Facebook group, Ancient Architecture and Art. Mysterious mummy found in a tomb in Peru with hands covering its face. In 2021, a mummy fully bound in ropes with its hands covering its face has been discovered in an underground tomb in Peru. Archaeologists from the National University of San Marcos found the mummy in good condition in Kilimanjaro, a significant site 15 and a half miles inland from the coastal city and the capital of Lima, Peru. The mummy is estimated to be between 800 and 1200 years old. Although the mummy's striking pose, bound by ropes and in the fetal position, appears chilling at first sight, researchers believe it's a southern Peruvian funeral custom. The tomb also contains ceramics, vegetable remains, and stone tools. But yeah, there you can see it. Like, there's a picture of him. Yeah, pretty clear picture there. Yeah, he's all completely wrapped up in rope. I mean, it'd be a weird find to like dig in a cave and find a mummy all wrapped up in ropes with its hands covered in its face. It'd be kind of startling.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think why they would do that.
Yeah, apparently it's a Peruvian funeral custom. I ain't never heard of it, but hey, there again, you know, it's always that weird line of, is it architecture or is it like grave robbing? I mean, they're going to dig my grandmother up 100 years from now and, oh, she was alive back in 1990.
I wonder if the rope is something like, you know how they put the grades over graves, like in case you know, people came up and rose from the dead. If it's something like, you know, to keep them from, if they came alive again, or like, I'm wondering why the rope, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they said it was a custom, but yeah, I mean, was it some kind of punishment? Keeps the bones intact instead of scattering? Yeah, could. I
Like
don't
I know
know.
some people get buried with their feet a certain, facing a certain direction, their head a certain direction. Like if you turn them a certain way, it's supposed to be all bad. There's a
Yeah.
lot of crazy customs like that.
Yep. My dog just wants to bark at nothing in the living room.
So we've talked a little bit about how creepy AI is getting, and since I pulled
Oh,
this one, there's like 2 other creepy things that have happened. But AI clones a teen girl's voice in a $1 million kidnapping scam. I've got your daughter. And they were doing things like this recently,
Hmm.
like 5 years ago, where they would just get all your information from different social media sites and things, and they would do this ploy to make you think they had your child because they had all this information that they just really gathered. But this is scary. It was a dead ringer for her daughter. Artificial intelligence has taken phone scams to a frightening new level. An Arizona mom claims that scammers used AI to clone her daughter's voice so they could demand a $1 million ransom from her as part of a terrifying new voice scheme. I never doubted for 1 second it was her, distraught mother Jennifer DiStefano told the news while recalling the bone chilling incident. That's the freaky part that really got me to my core. This bombshell comes amid a rise in caller ID spoofing schemes, in which scammers claim they've taken the recipient's relative hostage and will harm them if they aren't paid a specified amount of money. The Scottsdale, Arizona resident encountered how she received a call from an unfamiliar phone number, which she almost let go to voicemail. Then DiStefano remembered that her 15-year-old daughter Bree was on a ski trip, so she answered the call to make sure nothing was amiss. The simple decision would turn her entire life upside down. I pick up the phone and I hear my daughter's voice, and it says, "Mom," and she's sobbing. The petrified parent said, I said, "What happened?" And she said, "Mom, I messed up." And she's sobbing and crying. Her confusion quickly turned to terror after she heard a man's voice tell Bree to put her head back and lie down. This man gets on the phone and he's like, "Listen here, I've got your daughter," adding that the man described exactly how things would go down. "You call the police, you call anybody. I'm going to pop her so full of drugs," the mysterious caller threatened. DiStefano was shaking by this time. "I'm going to have my way with her, and I'm going to drop her off in Mexico." All the while, she could hear her daughter in the background pleading, "Help me, Mom, please help me," and bawling. That's when Bree's faux kidnapper demanded the ransom. He initially asked for $1 million, but then lowered the figure to $50,000 after DiStefano said she didn't have the money. The nightmare finally ended after the terrified parent, who was at her daughter's studio at the time, received help from one of her fellow moms. After calling 911 and DiStefano's husband, they confirmed that Bree was safe and sound on her skiing excursion. However, for the entire call, she was convinced that her daughter was in peril. It was completely her voice, the woman described. It was her inflection. It was the way she would have cried.
Hmm.
As it turned out, um, the girl never said any of it, and the voice was devised via an AL simulation, like a case of long-distance ventriloquism. The identity of the cyber catfish is unknown at this time, but computer science experts say that voice cloning tech has evolved to the point that someone's tone and manner of speaking can be recreated from the briefest of sound bites. In the beginning, it would require a larger amount of samples. Now there are ways in which you can do this with just 3 seconds of your voice. 3 seconds. And with the 3 seconds, you can come close to exactly how you would sound. With a large enough sample size, the AI can mimic one's inflection as well as hear their emotion, per the professor. All of us on TikTok. Think how Robert Patrick's sinister T-1000 robot from sci-fi Terminator 2 parrots the voice of John Cannon's mom to try to lure him home. DiStefano found the voice simulation particularly unsettling, given that Bree does not have any public social media accounts that has her voice and barely has any per a post on the mom's Facebook account. She has a few public interviews. Well, that's all they would need then. She has a few public interviews for sports school that have a large sampling of her voice. However, this is something to be extra concerned with kids that do have public accounts. Indeed, FBI experts warn that fraudsters often find their targets on social media. But that's the thing, like by the time like everybody has already done this, by the time it's advanced to where it's at right now, I realized this was Snapchat a long time ago. All these games that they would do, like we had to catch cookies in your mouth and all these things. Are like, why are they having us do these stupid things? And I realized, wait, they now have a complete scaling of my face, my voice, and the way I move my face. By the time I realized it, it's already done.
Yep.
So they're, suggesting looking for red flags. In order to prevent being hornswoggled, he advises asking the scammer a bunch of questions about the abductee that the scammer wouldn't know. They suggest looking out for red flags, such as if they're calling from an unfamiliar area code or using an international number. Well, now there's all those text-free apps. You can get a troll number like that, and you can be anonymous on it. Meanwhile, DiStefano warned people on Facebook to alert authorities if the scam she described happened to them or anyone they knew. The only way to stop this is with public awareness, she said. Also have a family emergency word or question that only you would know so you can validate you're not being scammed. And that word is a very, very good idea. Anybody who has small children or anybody should always have some sort of a word like that. Jeff and I had our words, 12 years ago. We have like code words for things like that.
Yeah.
Her public service announcement is particularly timely given the recent spate of kidnapper schemes. And then they go on to talk about different kidnapping schemes. Someone else got a similar call from a man threatening to kill her mom, who she heard weeping in the background. The victims did give the ransom people money at that time because they were scared that something would happen to them. So it just sucks that we have to, be aware of these things and think about these things. And if you are legitimately held for ransom for some reason now, with the cartel running around everywhere and possibly getting badges in Arizona soon, then how are you going to know if it's real or not? That's why the code word is a good thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy world we live in. Just stupider every day.
And people programming this stuff already to do horrible things. There was one I posted earlier. So we read the Furby one last week at the school, how like the professor and someone in the class had that Furby say, we're going to take over the world and all this crap. And then there was one after this. AI bot chat Chaos GPT tweets out plans to destroy humanity after being tasked. So this is something somebody coded this thing to do already.
Yeah.
And that's on my profile.
Yeah, I mean, just, AI is intentionally was made, with good intentions. But I mean, already you got people doing shit like this. It's like, you're not going to stop it. It's, you can do all the good you want, but somebody will just come along and reverse it for, evil purposes.
And again, before all this happened, I start seeing it on TikTok first. All these apps that they were doing, they start putting out the Dream AI apps and the Mid Journey and all that to get people used to AI as a friendly, fun thing, right?
Yeah.
And so TikTok comes out with their different AI filters and things. just to get people used to it. And it's like, okay, well, this is again is like the grooming conditioning, you know?
Yep.
And you see it happen. You see how easily everybody falls into place.
Yep. Nuts.
I mean, I've played with it.
Yeah, me too. Well, this guy lived 82 years without ever actually seeing a real woman. What? How? Why? Milahalo Tolotis. Mahalo Tolotis was born in Greece and lived his entire life in a remote monastery, and he only read about women in books. In what can only be described as one of the most extreme cases of isolationism that we've heard of, Mahalo Talados was born in 1856, never encountered a real woman in his 82 years of life. His mother had died shortly after he was born, and he ended up being adopted and raised by the Orthodox monks at a monastery in Mount Athos in Greece. The monastery had, and still does, have strict rules forbidding any women from stepping inside as part of its efforts to ensure that all the monks all stick to their vow of celibacy. What this meant, however, was that Talatos had never once stepped outside the grounds, never encountered an actual live woman at all for his entire 8 decades of life. Instead, he only ever learned of their existence through word of mouth and by reading books. His choice to never go beyond the confines of the monastery was his own. There were no rules forbidding him from leaving and venturing to the nearest village, for example. He died in 1938 at the age of 82. And never once did he ever see or interact with a real live woman, female, human. How weird is that?
Well, despite he still lived to 82 and have a beard, I don't know.
Yeah.
Would he have died, sooner, more gray hair?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he dodged a bullet.
Yeah, Yeah, Merlin, exactly. I don't know. Weird, but hey, I guess maybe he was, I don't know. That is dedication to the faith for sure.
It really, truly is.
Wow. I mean, you get to a certain point,
I think
and
he'd be curious.
you think he'd be curious, but then you get to a certain point, and he was probably like scared to see a woman. I don't know.
Depending what kind of books he read.
Yeah, depending on the books, exactly. This is a mythical creature. It's very,
They're from Venus.
Yeah. I don't know. To each their own, I guess, but I'm quite happy to see a woman and not go 82 years without one. Yeah, that's just plain weird, man. Probably safer, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. He knew nothing else if he was raised there as a child. Exactly. If he levitated, exactly. He probably did something.
Something.
Something another.
Well, the Earth's core is in the news again, and this time because it appears to be wrapped in an unexpected ancient structure.
What?
Scientists have stitched together the most high-resolution map yet of the underlying geology beneath Earth's southern hemisphere, revealing something previously undiscovered: the ancient ocean floor that may wrap around the core. The This thin but dense layer sits around 2,900 kilometers below the surface, where the molten metallic outer core meets the rocky mantle above it. Understanding exactly what's beneath our feet in as much detail as possible is vital for studying everything from volcanic eruptions to the variations in Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from solar radiation in space. Seismic investigations, such as ours, provide the highest resolution imaging of the interior structure of our planet, and we are finding that this structure is vastly more complicated than once thought. Hansen and her colleagues used 15 monitoring stations buried on the ice of Antarctica to map seismic waves from earthquakes over 3 years. The way those waves move and bounce reveals the composition of the material inside Earth. Because the sound waves move slower in these areas, they're called ultra-low velocity zones. Analyzing thousands of seismic recordings from Antarctica, our high-definition imaging method found thin anomalous zones of material at the CMB everywhere we probed. The material's thickness varies from a few kilometers to tens of kilometers. This suggests we are seeing mountains on the core, in some places up to 5 times taller than Mount Everest. According to the researchers, these ULVZs are most likely oceanic crust buried over millions of years. While the sunken crust isn't close to recognized subduction zones on the surface, zones where shifting tectonic plates push the rock down onto Earth's interior, simulations reported in the study show how convection currents could have shifted the ancient ocean floor to its current resting place. Oh, and there's kind of a cool little map I put on there. It's tricky to make assumptions about rock types and movement based on seismic wave movement, and the researchers aren't ruling out other options. However, the ocean floor hypothesis seems the most likely explanation for it right now. And there's also suggestion that this ancient ocean crust could be wrapped around the entire core, though it's so thin it's hard to know for sure. Future seismic surveys should be able to add further to the overall picture. One of the ways the discovery can help geologists is in figuring out how heat from the hotter and denser core escapes up into the mantle. The differences in composition between these two layers are greater than they are between the solid surface rock and the air above it in the part we live on. Our research provides important connections between shallow and deep Earth structure and the overall process driving our planet. So yeah, we could have another ocean floor buried down there.
Reminds me of something totally has nothing to do with it. One of my favorite albums from way back in the day, Rick Wakeman's Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yes.
I'm hearing the narrator's voice in my head as you're reading that.
Oh my goodness, yes.
He went deeper into the chasm.
I had like a vision kind of similar to that in my mind when I was reading the part about the mountains down there. I had forgotten all about that.
This is kind of one of them nerdy science ones here. But I thought it was a bit interesting. I'm still thinking about the guy I hadn't seen a woman in 82 years.
I know.
Whole life. I'm the exact opposite. I'm like the water boy, you know. I'd be like, you know, Vicky Valancourt's the devil, Bobby. I like her and she likes me, and she showed me her boobies and I liked them. That's me.
You'd be like, I have a harem.
NASA's working on a radical new type of propulsion system.
Ooh.
Well, let's see what it says about this. Pellet beam propulsion. Pellet beam, not bean. Bean propulsion. Eat beans. magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you, yeah. Anyways, no. Pellet beam propulsion has the potential to enable spacecraft to cross an entire solar system within 5 years. Voyager 1 might have traveled to the outer confines of the solar system, but it's a feat that has so far taken a ridiculous 35 years, meaning that in order to truly explore the distant planets and even consider traveling to other stars, we will need something with a little bit more oomph than the traditional chemical rocket propulsion system. This is where NASA's proposed pellet beam propulsion comes in. It's a radical new concept that could propel a spacecraft so quickly that it could be able to catch up with the Voyager in just 4 or 5 years. It works like a little bit like a light sail idea, and it's currently being developed by Breakthrough Starshot Initiative, which involves firing lasers at a sail-like mechanism on the spacecraft to propel it along. That's some real science fiction shit right here. For pellet beam propulsion, a second spacecraft would be launched that would fire a beam of tiny microscopic particles at the sail, with the heat from the lasers melting part of the pellets into a plasma, enabling them to go even faster. This proposal examines a new propulsion architecture for fast transit of heavy 1 ton and more payloads across the solar system and to interstellar mediums, said aerospace engineer Attar Dhawan, who's the lead research behind the proposal. Why do the people that always are mentioned have such weird ass names? I guess it's not weird to him, just to me. But you know, the proposal examines a new propulsion structure architecture for fast. I already read that with the pellet beam. Man, I just threw myself like right off the trail. I'm in the ditch. With the pellet beam, outer planets can be reached in less than a year. 100 AU astronomical units in about 3 years, and solar gravity lens at 500 AU in about 15 years. It might take some time before we actually see a system like this in action. However, it's still very much in the early concept stages at the moment. The part that I didn't quite grasp was if you got a ship in front of you that has this basically like a big sail out, and you have to have another ship in back of it shooting it with lasers that's going to make it haul ass. How is the ship in back of it going to keep up with it? If it's continually going faster and faster, it's going to leave the laser shooting ship behind. Maybe there's something I missed. I don't quite understand. Beam propulsion would work better, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, it's if you got to have a ship.
The laser would, like, if it, I don't know. Maybe it could just shoot out like hella far. I think it gets weaker though. I don't know. The further it goes.
I don't know.
It's a good question.
I always think of the opposite side of it.
Well, yeah, as you should.
Speaking of spaceships.
Now this, okay, I'm going to say I thought it looked fake as hell. But I don't, when you look at it, still the way it's coming in and out, I don't know. I think if somebody really had this, it'd be like all over TV. Maybe not. And then what was compelling them to actually record out the window anyways at this time to catch this? To me, it's like, was somebody just filming the air because they knew they're going to make some crazy video?
Yeah.
Or the sky?
Let's just shoot out the window just in case a UFO flies by.
Yeah. Like, what else were they recording right then?
Yeah, chances are slim to none, but holy shit, we caught a UFO. Imagine that.
Yeah. And that's still they took and then it just cuts off right there at that point. The phone cuts out, like the video cuts out. And so you see like this perfect little shape and it comes like a little dot, like you'll see the video. But it's like, look at that. Like, I don't know.
Looks like a one of those inflatable pools, like a kid's dinosaur pool. Inflatable pool. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what I
bounce
don't know.
house thing.
You know, a spaceship from planet X may look like a kid's inflatable pool. For all I know, I don't know.
Very well could.
Very well could.
And I don't want to say that because she's a model that she's trying to get, likes or hits on her social media either. But
yeah,
I think of everything around shit.
It's a flying stingray.
It is. It makes me think of like something from Mario Brothers or
yeah.
A model has model has recorded the jaw-dropping moment. A UFO zoomed past her cockpit at 20,000 feet.
Said cock.
Valencia Valles captured the clear footage of the object while in a private plane on Tuesday, April 4th. In the clip she shared on her Instagram story, she is flying at an altitude of 20,000 feet under a bright blue sky. About 10 seconds into the video, a small black dot appears on the right side of the screen. A disc-shaped saucer zooms past the cockpit and banks to one side before sliding past Valentina's plane. UFO enthusiast The Hidden Underbelly shared the clip and said, "In this footage, we get a clear view of this object and it looks damn good. It seems to be a saucer-shaped craft. Fans were impressed and convinced that it could be a rare visit from the extraterrestrials. One commented, 'That's so real. Great catch, whoever took this video.' Definitely looks real to me. It's always difficult to judge a size. Maybe the size of a small car," a second wrote. It looked fairly close, and that frame let us know it was obviously a metallic object. Again, how convenient. Stopped and did a selfie pose at the end. Others dismissed the possibility of a UFO, with one suggesting it looks like a drone. It's not a drone either. I would guess it's just flying debris, a second penned. But the majority of viewers agree that it's one of the best UFO video footage ever filmed.
Yeah, if it's real, I mean, I don't know if it's real or fake. You tend to think it's fake, but if it's real, it's pretty damn good.
And that's why I thought just to show it anyways. There was another one I was going to show earlier. Oh, it was an angel. They said it was an angel caught on a door ring camera, which it could look if you didn't realize that it's actually a spider that was crawling up a bit. And I thought, I'm not even going to play that because it's obviously a spider. I mean, you could think it looks like an angel, but it's a spider.
Yeah.
So the Valentina did not respond or elaborate further after sharing the footage online. This came after stunned residents from a small Bavilian village found an alien lying dead in a gutter. Huh? Wait, I'm going to have to click that. It remains unclear whether a sneaky opportunist removed the alien corpse or whether its alien pals beamed it on board their UFO before making an intergalactic getaway. Let me click on that. Alien in a gutter.
Yeah, that was one. I think Jason did that on the last.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because this is back in April 4th. So, yeah, we can play it and see what y'all think.
Let me hit play.
So, what were they recording right now? Just the clouds?
Yeah, here it comes.
Oh. And there was no voices. They said, press for sound, but there was no sound, no nothing. And they're going to slow it down 3 times. That wouldn't be a drone.
Yeah, it's not a drone. And it's not huge big. But yeah, I mean, it's something, but who knows what.
And they stop recording and don't be like, oh shit, I wonder if there's more. Why did the video or did they just cut it there for social media purposes? There's questions. And the
Yeah.
way it's like tilted upwards, you know. And I mean, they have editing software that could do that.
Yeah, if it's CGI, I mean, it's pretty good. You know?
Yeah, because it looks like it's actually coming out and it's going with the plane. It looks.
Yeah. I don't know. Pretty trippy.
Was she joining them with?
Exactly.
That part I didn't understand. Like she said her plane, I think she was just on a private plane. I don't think she's actually flying it, but it kind of sounded like that.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Weird. Yeah, I mean, if it's a UFO, it's pretty good footage, no doubt.
That's the best.
But yeah, I mean, you think if it was real, if it was legit, you would see more of it somewhere.
And the Pentagon would have told her to take it down.
Yeah, exactly. It would have disappeared. You wouldn't have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to see here. Move along. Look into the flashy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kay, how many times you flashy thing me? Well, this is long lost 1,500-year-old Bible chapter.
You read that earlier.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Using UV light. I was hanging out with the psychedelic posters and I looked in the Bible and was like, wow, man.
It's about to roll a joint.
It says, this is another one that, kind of, the ancient text constitutes a hidden chapter of the Bible that had been concealed beneath other layers of text. It's not every day that someone discovers a new biblical text. But this recent find, which was made thanks to a technique known as ultraviolet photography, is very much the real deal. The text, which is one of the earliest old Syriac translations of the Gospels, is now one of only 3 known manuscripts of this kind, with one of the other two being kept at the British Library in London and the other being found in St. Catherine's Monastery at Mount Sinai. The writing, where they had the 82-year-old guy that never seen a woman, the writing itself was hidden beneath several other layers of text and could only be revealed using ultraviolet light, a bit like something out of the Indiana Jones movie. Doctor. The reason it had been written over was because at the time parchment was in short supply, and it was not unusual for the same pages to be reused multiple times. As far as dating, what's that?
It was animal skin back then.
Yeah. As far as the dating of the gospel of the book is concerned, there can be no doubt that it was produced no later than the 6th century, the study's author wrote. Despite a limited number of dated manuscripts from this period, comparison with the dated Syriac manuscripts allows us to narrow it down to a possible time frame for the first half of the 6th century. So there you go. There you have it. Get your ultraviolet light and read lost chapters of the Bible.
It can't, and I think what the line that they took out had something to do with wheat or grain.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. It was like a sentence particularly to do with like holding wheat or holding grain, or I don't remember.
Yeah. Holding weed, I could see that.
Yes. And I think a lot of people have seen this alien skeleton before. They claim that the mystery of the alien skeleton has been solved and researchers uncover a tragic cause of death. Denial of the cookies, reject. The story behind a mystery alien skeleton that was just 6 inches long has finally been uncovered. For years, the mysterious remains left researchers baffled. With just 10 ribs instead of the normal 12, and a cone-shaped head, many have long believed that the mummified skeleton belonged to an alien. Nicknamed Ada, it was discovered in an abandoned church back in 2003 after being found by treasure hunter Oscar Muno. The remains were found kept in a leather pouch and wrapped up in white cloth, tied with a ribbon, adding to the mystery. The discovery left scientists baffled, and alien theories were fueled after a UFO documentary featured Ada back in 2013. The documentary, called Cyrus, widely speculated it could belong to a tribe of alien visitors and prompted a mass of believers to descend on the abandoned mining town. It was first thought to be ancient, but analysts in 2012 proved that the tiny skeleton found in Lenoria in the Atacama Desert in Chile was actually from the 1970s. Now scientists from Stanford in San Francisco and the University of California have examined the tiny skeleton and found that it tragically belonged to a baby girl who died around 40 years ago. Its unusual appearance turned out to be down to several genetic conditions that they believe contributed to the structure of the bones. Studies showed a number of mutations in 7 genes that separately or in combinations contribute to various bone deformities, facial malformations, or skeletal dysplasia, which is more commonly known as dwarfism. Scientists believe the child died just after birth or was even born prematurely. The research into Ada was published in a report which highlighted the mutations linked with dysplasia. So, yeah, not an alien.
It's a damn weird looking human.
I thought it was weird that it'd be like in a church, like why
Yeah, I
would
mean,
you do that in a church?
yeah, you're reading that, and I'm thinking, what if you went in an old abandoned church and you found this, tiny little skeleton that looked like an alien in a leather bag? What would you do?
Yeah.
Would you like bring it home, sit it on a bookcase? I mean, it could be the devil. It could be anything. It could be an alien. It could be, you're going to bring it home and your house is going to catch on fire. I mean, who knows?
It would definitely be creepy.
It would definitely be creepy. No doubt. No doubt about it. I don't know. Would you take it or would you leave it? What's the consensus?
Well, if it was an abandoned church and others, I don't know, it depends. I would have to say on the circumstance who was with me when I found it,
Yeah.
I would definitely want authorities or someone to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be a weird one.
I would want to make sure I trusted whoever it went to if I was going to have it looked at. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to leave it because I'd be too curious about, like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Well, you want to do your last one, and then I got my video.
Oh, yes.
Video. Yeah, speaking of crazy people.
Yeah, we had to throw this last one in.
Because why not,
Because why not? Because it's Wednesday. Woman who married her rag doll claims she's pregnant with the couple's second baby.
Oh, how does that work?
A woman who married a rag doll says she's pregnant with the unusual couple's second child. Her name is hard to say. This woman skyrocketed to fame after falling in love with Marcelo, the rag doll her mom made for her, and eventually decided to tie the knot last year. Now, I wonder how much the mother regrets making this doll. Despite having a few ups and downs, including inanimate Marcelo cheating on his wife, the 37-year-old from Brazil says the pair have overcome their hurdles and are now expecting. I'm very happy because I'm pregnant with Marcelo again, she told this article. This time we're going to have a girl. We are so happy, she said, adding that even if the child turns out to be a boy, they'll still welcome the child with open arms. Taking to TikTok, Morales made the announcement by showing off what appeared to be a positive pregnancy test in a now viral post that has racked up over 375,000 views and more than 24,000 likes. Captioning the video, in which she could be seen jumping up and down and grinning while holding the test to the camera, she wrote, "I'm pregnant." Fans were quick to congratulate the couple. This is how stupid people are. And share their well wishes, although some TikTok users were more skeptical of the announcement. "Congratulations, you deserve it," said one follower. Another chimed in, "This Marcel is the guy." A third added, "I want a relationship like this." But another was less enthusiastic, adding, "She needs help," while a fellow critic agreed, "Very crazy." The news comes as a welcome surprise for Morales and her lifeless husband after the couple was rocked by infidelity last year. Oh, I forgot to put this picture. This is her holding her baby. It is a rag doll. It looks just like him.
I was going to say, I'd be like, Marcella, your girl been screwing around on you.
Morales was horrified last year to discover Marcelo had been unfaithful to her, despite not being able to move or talk. "Since finding out that he cheated on me, we have been very distant," Morales added. "We still live in the same house, but it's not the same. But now, because of the baby, things are different. Marcelo has been much more affectionate with me, and I believe this will improve our relationship. This new baby will save our marriage." The pair already have one son together. Another ragdoll named who was born painlessly on May 21st last year. They didn't include a picture of that baby. So, yeah.
I don't know. What comes to mind?
Well, we're worried about all these crazy things in this world, like chemtrails and food shortages and World War III. This woman's marrying her life-size ragdoll.
Ragdoll living in a movie.
And I wonder, did her mom make this as a partner? Like, oh, honey, you need like a man. I'm going to make you a drag doll. Or did she just happen to make that for her and the woman like fell in love with it? Did he cheat on her with the mother? Like, you know? I should have pulled up her TikTok. No, I'm not going to encourage this shit.
Yeah. Papa Krampus got it right. Mentally ill. Just saying. Mentally ill. Just saying.
People are probably giving her money on TikTok. I bet you.
Yeah.
She's probably monetizing every person congratulating her. Yep. She gets money for her. That's why people don't care if you talk shit or what you do on their timeline. They get monetized for it. That's what they'll say. "Oh, pepperoni on pizza? Yes or no? Grape or strawberry jelly?" Just so people have a freaking debate, and they're taking it to the bank.
Pee in the upstairs bathroom or the downstairs bathroom? I mean,
Toilet paper to the front or the back?
Yeah. Oh, man.
100%, Papa.
Biological men can't get pregnant? Really? I beg to differ. I've heard different on the news.
But they're putting a man on the face of Tampax.
Wow. I bet those come out brown. I don't know. Just wondering about that. Our world has just gone batshit crazy. Batshit crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
Everybody's all Adderalled out.
Something. A damn bunch of lunatics. Yeah. It's nuts.
You got a rock video?
I do have a rock video.
No, I wait all week for that.
Ragdoll living in a movie. Hot tramp. Daddy little cutie. Won't see he's leaving out the back door. Okay. enough of that nonsense. I got to go check my hot sauce that's cooking on the oven.
Ooh.
So I'm going to play this here video. Maybe. Here we go. This is the crystal of the week. This week's crystal of the week is Libyan desert glass. Libyan desert glass, also known as Libyan gold techite or great sand sea glass. It's unique and nearly a pure silica techite, believed to have been created from a meteorite impact 26 to 29 million years ago, although it's highly debated due to no evidence of a physical impact. Yeah, because, we all know what it looked like here 29 million years ago, right? This occurred over the modern-day Sahara Desert, now what is Western Egypt and Eastern Libya. Pieces are found scattered across many square miles and range in color from a transparent yellow to a full-bodied gold. It was officially discovered in 1932 by P. Clayton, and it has a long history that traces all the way back to ancient Egypt. As far as that goes, King Tutankhamun, or King Tut, as we all know him, relics and articles of this naturally made glass have been discovered amongst the ruins of the ancient Egypt and its robust civilization. Aside from the everyday tools and weapons which were created from this unique mineral, it was also revered by pharaohs and their gods. When King Tut's burial chamber was discovered in 1922 by Howard Carter, a very special pendant was located around the body of King Tut. Within the center of the charm was a near perfectly carved scarab, a powerful and divine manifestation amulet and symbol of ancient Egypt. This was a surprise discovery, and for nearly a decade after, the stone's origins and locality remain a mystery. But that pendant was carved out of Libyan desert glass. Not a whole lot's known about it, but some of the meanings and the energy of this stone or glass. It's a transformational stone that offers powerful enhancing energies that directly resonate with one's solar plexus, sacral, and third eye chakra. As one begins their own personal journey with this strange desert glass, exceptional qualities of oneself will rise from within and begin to shine. Your personnel will be soon undertaking a rebirthing effect and be revitalized with true interstellar powers. One will notice the increased amount of control they have over themselves and their decision-making abilities. Libyan desert, I keep wanting to say desert glass also helps one through their own ascension process and attunes their energies to that of the other, the ether. These are the most powerful realms we humans can visit, and they are filled with endless knowledge of history and life and human existence. Once one begins to channel the true capabilities of this extraterrestrial stone, only then can you understand the many levels that this stone is able to offer you. And above all else, it will force the necessary growth on your mind, body, and spirit. Libyan desert glass. I have a piece around my neck a lot of the times, and I go back and forth between this and moldavite. Libyan desert glass is reportedly older than moldavite, and I don't know. It's just a weird. Sometimes I think, I'll hold the stone in my hand, and I think I'm holding a piece of something that traveled through space and time millions of years ago, only to crash into this earth, and now I'm wearing it around my neck. Or I'm holding it in my hand. Anyways, that's a little bit about this week's crystal of the week, Libyan desert glass. Thanks for watching. Bada bing, bada boom.
That's one that was missing for a long time too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone missing and come back. Yeah, there's my piece of lesbian desert glass. I mean, Libyan desert glass. Yeah, it's got a couple pieces, but yeah, I mean that's a decent sized little chunk of it there. But yeah, that's what I think about. Oh shit,
Oh, that's
it's
funny,
twin.
Janice. The twin sheet.
Uh, yeah, that's what I think when when I'm holding this or moldavite. When I get it around my neck or I'm holding it in my hand, it's like this actually like you know it's cool to piece of amethyst. It's like, okay, this has been buried in the earth for how many thousands of years, hundreds of years, or whatever. But this stuff is like millions of years old, and it was flying through space on fire at an exponential speed unknown to man.
That's pretty
It's,
badass.
it's fully like, ET rock. Like, who knows where it came from, where it went, and it just
Before it flew, like where
yeah.
it was all those times, like before it ended up where it ended up.
Is it rock? Is it alien poop? Did they just like flush the shitter and this came flying out and crashed to Earth? I don't know.
Well, there's not really gravity, so they just maybe crap and it goes up in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Or space.
But yeah. I do quite like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Like it a lot.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, every weekend.
Oh, that was badass, Debbie. I saw that picture.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
I know. Don't you see stuff like that and you're like, it's got to be around here somewhere.
Go meteor chasing.
Yeah.
They always seem to fall in the water.
You always get there, and next thing you know, you're wearing an Egger suit.
What?
I want sugar cubes.
What?
Remember that? And what was it? Men in Black, when the spaceship crashed, they thought it was a meteorite. Or yeah, wasn't that it? And then the dude Egger, and he's wearing an Egger suit. What was the other movie with the alien, the chunk, big rock, comet, whatever, meteorite crashed, and it was Stephen King, I think, was playing the part, and he went and dug it up. He's like, hoo, we digging it out, and dug it up. It like got like moss on his hands, and it was like it covered the whole house in moss.
Yeah.
Oh, what movie was that? It was like one of those creep shows or something like that. Anybody remember that movie?
I can picture that. I just don't remember what it was.
Oh man.
Oh, did you hear there's a snake on the plane, man?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was almost going to do that article.
Me too. It was a cobra he was a pilot leaving, I think, South Africa, and he felt something cold on his back, or felt something cold down his water bottle broke, and then looks down and sees like a deadly cobra at his feet, and he like froze, like, what? Like, I just saw a deadly cobra. Like, and this was a small plane.
Yeah, I got to land, and I hope I don't crap myself before I do it.
They had like a snake catcher out there.
Creep show. There you go.
Yeah, it was creep show. You said like some sort of creep show, right?
Yeah. I'm a snake guy, but I'd probably be freaked out if I looked down and saw a cobra.
When you're stuck in the cockpit of a small ass plane.
Yeah, that's probably.
I think it was in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm if there's a cobra at your feet. No sudden movements, or you may get bitten and die before we land.
It looked like a personal plane.
Yeah. Oh, shit, they never found the cobra either?
Uh-uh.
Oh, man, that makes
I
it even
think
better.
they had a guy come out and they couldn't find it.
It only comes out when you fly, when you hit 10,000 feet.
Yeah, once you hit a certain altitude, he likes to come out and play.
Yep. Freaky. So, yeah, I guess we could do some cards. Lori's asking, are we going to do cards?
Of course. I didn't know that Miss Lori was here. Hello, Lori.
Yeah, I got some new cards today. While I was over there at the crystal shop, you know.
You did.
Yeah, I'm not going to use them tonight because I hadn't really gone through them yet. But
All right.
I got to try to keep up with Lori, man. She's going to pass me.
I know. All right. If you would like Rob to read a card, we got Royal, Debbie, Heather. And Azariana. Lori says she's got about 48, she thinks.
Yep.
Miss Lori.
I'm still a couple ahead, but not by far. I remember Lori saying, I don't think I'm going to get any more cards. I think I'm done. I'm like, no, you're not.
Never
Just like
done.
today. I had no intention of getting, look at Debbie. She got 56 decks.
Oh.
She's holding her own. That's about where I'm at, somewhere around there. I don't know. I haven't totally counted them all yet, but yeah, like today, I had no intention of getting a new deck of cards today, and just somehow they ended up in my hand when I was leaving the store.
Funny how that happens.
I know, isn't it? Funny how that happens. Let's see. I'm gonna use.
Oh. Miss Wolfie and Wolfie would like one. Shoot.
I guess I'm gonna use. Oh hell! Didn't we use the Egyptian gods cards last week?
I believe so.
Can't remember if I did those or the shamanic healing. We'll go with.
I think they're the Egyptian ones because they had all the different pictures on it.
Okay, we'll go with the shamanic healing cards. This is the ones I got today.
Linda says, "Are you looking into our souls, Rob?"
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds cool. I think these are going to be good ones.
I opened them up this evening. And let's see, what else do I have here? God, there's decks of cards everywhere. Let's do these cards since, somebody in the room sent them to me. Do the psychic tarot.
These ones are cool.
Yeah, the only problem about that new deck I got today, it's like 22 cards. I'm like, well, there's not very many.
These ones are cool at the bottom too. It tells you the corresponding tarot to go with it.
Yep.
And I use these ones for in combination for Jeff's readings all the time. Like we always do this one in tarot. So I do the one tarot first, then I do this, read the oracle, and then read the tarot that goes with that. And they 6 times in a row now all go together and completely relevant.
Yeah. It's a good deck, and it's amazing what comes out of it. Pop-up card. Who was first?
Oh, Royal.
I was thinking about getting that Rebel deck, Zerion. All right, Royal. This is the card. Looks like it says, I could read it in camera. It's Triumph card. I've got to put me spectacles on.
This one has the weird book where it has all the different categories but the same numbers.
Yeah. Triumph. The power of your soul is pushing and nudging you steadily forward, whether you're setting new goals, developing ideas, or planning a journey. It's essential that it's carefully thought out. When you tap into your inner guidance and balance it with self-control, hard work, and perseverance, it's likely to manifest a triumphant outcome. It's time for you to be single-minded and focused on the end goal. Visualize the success results as if it were visualize the successful results as if it were happening right now. When you've achieved what you set out to do, your ability to meet other life challenges will be significantly increased. When you try to move forward without balance, direction, or guidance, it's easy to slip off your intended path and be drawn away from your desired goal. Now is not the time to let go or allow the river of life to pull you into the current, as you can so easily lose control. Grab your oars, grip them tightly, and steer carefully toward the highest aim or destination. The Triumph card reminds you that you don't have to be alone with all of life's ups and downs and the challenges that face you. This is a time to tap into the powerful knowledge of others, as well as to use the inner resources that are within you. Definitely, it's that, envision, bring it into the universe by envisioning it kind of message.
Yeah. And then we've got Debbie.
It is the obstacles and challenges card.
I was just thinking the same thing, Debbie, when I listen to the shuffling. I love the sound of shuffling cards. Kids' names Polly and Esther.
It's funny. I had when I was doing surfboards every day, you glass them. The resin is polyester resin, and the resin, the company, the name of the resin, it was made by Silmar, Silmar, and that's what I named my dog.
That's
Okay,
funny.
Silmar. Silmar got run over by a car.
Oh,
Sucked.
how do you resin a surfboard?
Like glass it with fiberglass cloth and all that.
Oh,
It's what they're covered in. Fiberglass and polyester resin. Obstacles and challenges card. This card represents the obstacles, power, struggles, and challenges that you must face in order to overcome them. This could be a difficult period to get through, but it's not impossible if you open your mind and see the bigger picture of how something went wrong. Don't get caught up in it. Just pause and stand back for clarity. Observe where adjustments are required or which decisions may need to be changed to enable you to move forward in a positive direction. Life is all really about learning. Don't play the victim. Take knowledge that you've gained from this experience so that you can apply it to similar situations in the future. This card often comes forth when competition is around you, whether it's in your personal or business life. This is an excellent time to think creatively and ask yourself, how can I make myself shine above all the rest? Savvy business advice.
indeed. I did snort.
Yes, you did.
I did. You guys get that out of me.
Yep.
And then we've got Heather.
Should I get one of the Rebel decks? Is there Ariana? Yeah, they don't. I don't think they're totally serious, but hey, you never know.
Good times.
All right, who's this one for again?
For Heather.
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 This one is the Foundation and Achievements card. Foundations and Achievements. This card confirms that what you've been building now is firmly established with a strong and solid foundation. You deserve this. It's time for you to harvest the rewards for your efforts. What you sowed, you can now reap. Be open to receive as you've worked hard and have given so much. Allow the universe to give back to you. Give a little back to you. For there has to be an even exchange of giving and receiving in order to prime the pump of gratitude and reinforce the law of attraction. Using the more traditional meaning in tarot, this card represents a period for celebration, peace, and prosperity. It may also imply a marriage or the buying of land or a new home. As you enjoy this time of relaxation that you so deserve, know that nothing remains stagnant and the winds of change are always at your door. It's an interesting one for sure. Any of those in your plans in the near future? There's 21 acres right up the road from me that I would just love to buy. Probably not going to happen,
That would
but
be nice.
can't dream, got to dream about it.
It doesn't hurt to put it out there.
Exactly. I'd love to have 21 acres right up the road from where I live. Put a house in the middle of it and a fence all the way around it.
Compound. The
Yeah,
ultra compound.
exactly. I mean, I got good neighbors and all, most of them.
But you need land. And land is nice, especially right now with it all being bought up
Yeah,
by China and Bill Gates.
exactly. 21 acres would.
I would love an acre. That's always been my dream. Is just to have some land, so I have like my own like land somewhere. That's
Yeah,
mine.
I got a cousin of mine that's selling a house. It's got 2 workshops on it. It's only a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. It's a little house, but whatever. It's not like I got a bunch of kids and stuff, but it's also got the starts of a 24 by 24 pole barn, and it's got 2 garages, and it's on an acre that's fenced, and it's
Oh wow,
only $130,000.
that's Zariana.
Zariana got the emotional loss card.
You put it out there because what's the worst? It doesn't happen. You don't have it anyway, so
Yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't hurt to dream.
Yeah, 21 acres would be pretty right nice.
And existing. So that would that have the workshops on it? Or is
Which
that
one?
different? Yeah, the
That's
21 has the workshops, right?
no, that's just the acre.
Oh, well, that's so cool.
Yeah, I miss living out where I used to live, because I had a couple acres out there, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, but it's not the middle of nowhere anymore.
Yeah.
It's what's that word they call it nowadays? Gentrification or something. Yeah, it used to be a hunting club, 500 acres right next to me. Now it's all $1 million houses and all that
Oh,
crap.
that hurts.
Fenced, gated communities, and whatever. All right, the emotional loss card, Rosariana. The number 5 emotions card comes forth at a time when you may be experiencing or grieving a loss of someone or something you are emotionally attached to. Honor your feelings. Only by healing and loving yourself, by letting go of the past, you can continue your journey. The suffering associated with this loss delivers profound wisdom and knowledge for your soul. Your unique gifts, talents, and abilities, as well as your joy and sorrow, will not only make up who you really are, but better yet, you will become who you will become. The painful experience of life equally as valuable as the other joyous ones. Focus all your positive energy on the good in your life and what you're grateful for. Use your healing energy in this way and try not to focus on what you've lost. For new beginnings and happiness are just around the corner.
And then we've got Miss Lori.
Pop-up card. It is this one here. It is the Partnerships and Alliances card. The meaning of this card denotes that you are now starting to see the fruits of your labor take seed and blossom. There may still be a lot to do, but watch out for synchronicities which could bring opportunities to form connections or unexpected alliances that may create something new. These could assist you in gathering resources for future projects. With all partnerships, always remember that there has to be an even exchange of energy. If you give too much, whereas your partner gives too little, it will leave you feeling energetically drained and cause potential disharmony in the union. There must be overall balance with the alliance in order for it to work and blend together for optimum results. This card reminds you that success comes in many forms, even the most unlikely sources. Have an open mind when listening to others.
I just realized we can put hearts on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're supposed to be able to have stars and all that stuff here, but I don't know if any of that works. I don't see it on my Facebook, facial book.
When I click, mine has the star in my comment next to the forward button. And then you click it and it brings up the little star converter thing. On YouTube, it's like the little emotion cons. Like it gives you a heart, a laughy face, a surprised face, and 100. So like while you're sitting there, like right now, there's hearts going up your face on YouTube. Kind of like Instagram with the little hearts that go up. Anyway.
Yeah.
After Lori, we have Miss Wolfie.
It is the what is it?
Crown chakra.
That would be it. The crown chakra. Does anybody? This is just totally random. While I'm looking for this card, has anybody had funnel cake fries?
Never heard of them.
Me either. My friend that owns a crystal shop was telling me about them today. She said they're to die for. I'm like, well, I don't want to die for them, but I'd try them.
Like French toast sticks, but funnel cake sticks?
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds kind of tasty.
They're funnel cake fries. Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of them.
Heather had them.
Heather's had them. Yeah, she was from Pennsylvania, and yeah, she said they're a big thing there. Nope, funnel cake fries. Yep, never heard of them either. Heard of them, never had them. Okay, back to the card. The crown chakra. Colors violet, sound none. Om can be used. Element is thought. Gland is the pineal gland. Keywords I know. And if the page would turn. The crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus, or the receiver of light. The chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It's the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center in the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To balance this chakra, I find that meditation, breath, work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work the best. When properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it's possible to access and tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. And if you have a piece of Libyan desert glass, you might be able to tap into things further than the earth. Just saying.
Indeed. And then we've got, last but not least, Wolfie.
Oh, get one of them cards sticking out.
Oh.
And it is. That's funny.
They both got a chakra card?
Yeah. How weird is that?
was just thinking that when I thought, okay, I wonder what Wolfie's gonna get since she got it, because I hardly ever pull the chakras.
Yeah, got the third eye.
Yeah.
How weird is that? I mean, this is like,
Another intuition card that goes with the crown.
this is not like a little tiny deck.
It
There's like
is.
52 cards or whatever in here. Wow. Pulled 2 chakra cards at the same time.
For a couple.
Yeah. See, man, it's, cards, man.
Might be
They're
something
just
good.
cards. They don't mean anything. They're just cards. Yeah, right. Colors indigo. Sound is
We
own.
need to find God.
Element is light. Gland is pituitary. The keywords are I see. This is the most often talked about of all chakras. And clairvoyance, inner seeing, intuition, and higher levels of consciousness are all associated with this energy center. Found between your eyebrows and just above the bridge of your nose, it works closely with the throat and crown chakras and will assist you with your psychic and intuitive inner guidance. To balance the third eye chakra, I recommend that you practice walking, meditating, breath work, yoga, tai chi, visualizations, and color therapy. Don't just focus on one chakra as part of your development. It's important to remember that they should all be in balance in order to work in unison and harmony. Yeah, that's a trip. It's the chakra card was the crown chakra was card number 7, and third eye chakra was card number 6. And I shuffled and cut the deck before I pulled it. So you got the 2 cards right next to each other.
Out and there, I was thinking to myself. Normally, either Wolfie will have a card, or he'll just say one for Miss Wolfie. But tonight's the first night in a while, I think, that they both got a card on the same night.
Yeah.
Very cool. And those are good cards. All these magical beings here together.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah. I need to meditate more too.
I did some bowl time today.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I did some bowl time at the crystal shop. There's a bowl that's calling my name.
Oh.
Man, there's some, in the therapy room, there's some bowls in there that are really calling my name. But they better be calling a winning lottery ticket. But that don't mean I can't
Dream.
go in there and play with them. Finger them.
That too.
Yeah, there's one in there, man. You get it going, and I swear it vibrates the whole room. You can feel it in your chest.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Another night of Weird Wednesday. And probably see you on Sunday for Paranormal Soup. Didn't have one this past Sunday because it was Easter. I don't know about y'all's Easter, but my Easter here, we spent the whole day doing a puzzle because it was raining like cats and dogs. It was cold. The wind was blowing like crazy. It was not a nice day to be outside.
But a good day to chill and get cozy and do a puzzle.
Yep. Pretty much do a puzzle every day now.
I can see that.
Quit watching TV and just do puzzles.
Some of these look pretty difficult too, because like that wolf one, was it a wolf one?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
first one, all that gray, like a huge square, and all the pieces look the same.
Yeah, that one was a Native American Indian on a horse with a big eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was started out being a pain in the ass, but it got better towards the end. I see all these people. I think I'm doing good when I put a puzzle together, in 2 days or something. And watch the total puzzle nerd. You look it up on YouTube. You can watch the puzzle national championships, and these people put 1,000-piece puzzles together in like an hour. You're a total puzzle nerd when you can do that.
Well,
500-piece puzzle in 22 minutes.
But the more you do it, I think your brain, and that's why I think it helps you become like a better thinker.
Yeah.
Because you can then like see it and then already see like what you have to do. So the more you do it, I think your brain like wires up for it.
Yeah. I'm studying to go to the championship. No, not even. But yeah, that's why I started doing them because, with whatever, COVID, whatever, that fog brain bullshit that's been going on for the last year or two.
And we have to fight that. We can't let your brains go.
Yeah, I figured, hey, I'm going to do something here. Instead of just sitting there watching TV, I'll do something that'll get my brain firing.
Yeah. I'll get stuck on words sometimes. And, when I'm totally fried and it's just like, oh, forget it. Well, I stopped doing that. I'm like, no, I'm going to sit here and remember what the hell I'm talking about, or I'm going to do something. I need to do brain exercises. Like, I am not going to let my brain go to mush. Other people might be happy and fine with, becoming a zombie. I'm not.
Yeah.
These are the times I need my brain even more clear and more focused.
Yeah. No doubt.
How many hours, like when you do say, if you put one of these together in 2 days, how many collective hours though? Like how many collective hours was that Native American one?
That one took us 2 or 3 days. And I usually get up in the morning, like make my coffee, sit down, work on the puzzle a little bit, while I'm having breakfast or my coffee or what. It's not like I just sit there and do it nonstop. So I don't know. Hour wise, probably 6 hours, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really figured it out. Doing one now that's those were 1,000-piece puzzles, and I'm doing one now that's 500, and I started it yesterday, and it's, I don't know, it's like halfway done. Probably finish it tonight or in the morning. So Wolfie says it takes a week to do a 20-piece puzzle and the weed won't help. Yeah, I told you I got my weed card renewed.
Yeah, how did it ever work?
No, I got an appointment. Yeah, I got an appointment Friday morning to go get my reevaluation, get my prescription basically for another 7 months.
7 months?
Yeah.
Why? Because you already renewed it so many months ago?
No, the card's good for a year. The prescription, the doctor's prescription, is only good for 7 months. Tell me it's $170 for freaking a doctor to write. Okay, you can buy whatever you want.
Every like twice a year?
Every 7 months, $170. $75 a month. I mean, $75 a month. $75 a year for the actual card from the state of Florida.
Whatever.
Yeah. See, no weed card needed in Rhode Island. Yay. I had it and then I let it go because it was like $250 to get your reevaluation. It's just a scam.
It really is.
You go in and you pay them money and they
tax you up the ass in the dispensary.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah, with all the weed on the street nowadays,
you don't want to chance that shit. It's getting laced with fentanyl too.
Yep.
Everything's getting laced with fentanyl. Like you do not want to get nothing from somewhere you don't know where it's from, or a friend has something. You can't take that chance at all anymore.
Yeah. That's why I got it re-upped again.
Yeah, you got to.
I had good connections, but they have relocated. But anyways, that's enough of that. Like I say, we'll see you guys Sunday. I'll probably be there. I don't think I'm doing anything this weekend. I think I have the weekend off. Wow.
It's
I
like
do.
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I was on a roll there for a bit.
But you're doing fun stuff.
That last show I did downtown at the Colonial Oaks, man, that was a hoot, a blast.
That's
What do they
awesome.
call it? It was a great shindig, a hootenanny.
A hootenanny.
What you had is a real live hootenanny down there. It was awesome. It was like a couple hundred people.
Yeah.
It was a really interactive crowd. It was a good time. And then we played the restaurant the next night, and it was like we were in slow motion. There's only like 40 or 50 people, and they're there to eat dinner, whereas the venue town, they come to see music. That's the intention of coming. So
they're there to party.
Yeah, the energy's a whole lot better there. But anyways, enough rambling. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks again to our. You see the little Patreon thing scrolling there. We've got a few Patreon supporters, and believe me, Joe, it helps big time. So we thank you a bunch, and we're working on getting some cool stuff for you guys as well. Yeah, I got some more dates coming up down there, Debbie. That'd be a good one to go to, downtown St. Augustine. Parking's kind of a biatch down there, but it's worth it because it's an awesome venue. But anyways, that's it. We'll talk to you guys next time for Weird Wednesday. Good night.